Ranking Paper Mario Party members with Musical Tier List. I came up with my own tier list that follows a musical scale, with C being the lowest rank and B being the highest rank, with plus and minus replaced with sharp and flat. I'll be ranking 3 different categories for each character, turning those rankings into chords and making a song using those chords. Today we are looking at the 8 party members who accompany Mario in my all-time favorite game, Paper Mario 64. Let's get started. First up, Goombario. Design. He's just a Goomba, with a hat. He does have different teeth that are more square compared to a normal Goomba's sharp teeth. It's not much, but it's enough of an appeal for me. I rank his design as G natural. Personality. I like his enthusiasm when he's looking up to Mario. He often cracks jokes during his tattle analysis, which are often amusing. He's informational and knowledgeable, and while not my favorite, he still holds a place in my heart, especially for being the very first partner to join on your adventure. I rank his personality F natural. Abilities. Goombario isn't too great. While his tattle can be useful to view an enemy's HP, overall he doesn't do a lot of damage. Multi-bonk could be powerful, but you have to use charge to get some real value out of the attack, which takes multiple turns to set up. I rank his abilities E flat. Here are my rankings for Goombario as a song. Next up, Kooper. Design. Even though he's just a Koopa with a blue shell and a scarf, turtles are one of my all-time favorite animals, so I'm often biased towards turtle-themed characters. I rank his design B flat. Personality. Kooper has this young and high-spirited personality who loves adventures. I love that he wants to become an archaeologist just like Colorado, and we get to see him fanboy over him when we meet Colorado in Dry Dry Desert. Simply charming. I rank his personality A flat. Abilities. Outside of battle, Kooper goes into his shell while Mario kicks him out in front, allowing him to hit enemies and objects from afar. In battle, while he has no way of hitting any airborne enemies, his shell attacks allow him to hit all grounded enemies at once. This can be very useful, especially in the early game. I rank his abilities G natural. Here are my rankings for Kooper as a song. Next, we have Bombette. Design. Following the trend, Bombette is just a pink Bomb-Bomb. Her fuse is ponytail-shaped and her knob is heart-shaped. Her design just screams, hey, I'm a Bomb-Bomb, but a girl Bomb-Bomb. I rank her design D natural. Personality. Bombette's character really leans in on the fact that she's a girl Bomb-Bomb, being flirtatious and sweet, yet sometimes dramatic. Unfortunately, she doesn't have much of a character arc or story like Kooper, or even someone she looks up to like Goombario does to Mario. She does have a little side story of a previous relationship with a Bomb-Bomb named Bruce, but it never amounts to anything, with Bombette constantly rejecting his proposals to get back together. I rank her personality E natural. Abilities. As you would expect, her abilities involve exploding, both outside and inside of battle. She's the only other character who can get a first strike on enemies, yet not as efficient as Kooper, and her exploding only works on any overworld object that has a crack in it. In battle, aside from a basic body slam, her one trick is, well, bomb. Power Bomb, Mega Bomb, powerful, but uses a lot of FP. I rank her abilities as F sharp. Here are my rankings for Bombette as a song. Next, we have Parakcar. Design. Parakcar is literally my spirit animal. He's a Koopa, check. But he's a flying Koopa, check. He wears a bomber hat and a messenger bag, which is my exact aesthetic, check. I even really like the cyan color of his shell. And he works for the post office. This is the first character on the list so far who is not just simply a paratrooper with a hat. I rank his design B sharp. Personality. I think Parakcar is hilariously charming, a mail carrier who is rather clumsy and often drops or misplaces his letters. But his funny quirk opens up an entirely huge side quest where you have to help him find all of his missing letters and deliver them. He even has his own tagline, "Another letter, duly delivered. A postman's job is never done." Ah, so admirable. I rank his personality A flat. Abilities. He may be clumsy with his mail, but he knows how to hold his own in a fight. All of his attacks are airborne, allowing him to hit any enemy he chooses, and with some decent power too, like his infamous shell shot. Outside of battle, Parakcar can para-carry Mario across small gaps. While this ability is often required to progress, I find it to be a little underwhelming. Maybe Mario has eaten one too many whack-a-bumps for Parakcar to handle. I rank his abilities G flat. Here are my rankings for Parakcar as a song. Now let's talk about Lady Bo. Design. Bo has a very unique look amongst the race of Boos. She's not simply a Boo but a girl, with having a distinct face, color, flowers on her head, as well as her signature fan. It may not be as complex as someone like Parakcar, but sometimes a simple design works great. I rank her design A natural. Personality. While she can be snooty, she's not unreasonable. She can act like a princess at times, but she does care for her people. She's the first party member who truly feels like they're a part of the story arc during Chapter 3, accompanying you to take down Tubba Blubba. I rank her personality F sharp. Abilities. While Bo may not be the strongest member of your party, her most useful ability by far is Out of Sight. This ability has saved me so many times from fatal attacks, probably one of the best abilities in the entire game. Aside from that, Spook is useless and her slap attacks are decent at best. Her Out of Sight ability does come in handy outside of battle though, helping you avoid enemy sight. I rank her abilities G sharp. Here are my rankings for Bo as a song. Up next is Watt. Design. Watt is a very unique party member, and it took me years to realize that 1. Watt is a girl, and 2. She's part of the little Sparky species. I also originally thought the blue pacifier was actually her nose, but now knowing what it is helps paint the picture better that Watt is a baby that we must protect at all costs. I rank her design G natural. Personality. Watt is a baby, and she certainly talks like one too. It can be cute, but overall her dialogue is extremely basic in my opinion. Her story is that she was kidnapped by the Big Lantern Ghost, but there's no mention of where she was beforehand, nor does she have any kind of goal. However, she does have a mother who worries for her and sends her letters. I rank her personality E flat. Abilities. From my experience, I never really found much use for Watt's attacks in battle. She doesn't always paralyze her targets, and while Electro Dash ignores defense, it doesn't do a lot of damage in the long run. Most enemies have low to zero defense anyways. Turbocharge boosts Mario attack for 4 turns, but only by 1 point, which isn't a huge difference. Outside of battle, lighting up dark areas is what she does, but you can't really do anything else while holding her. Overall, Watt's abilities just don't do it for me. I rank her abilities C natural. Here are my rankings for Watt as a song. Moving onward, now we talk about Sushi. Design. And we're back to the trope of, it's a Cheep, but purple. Sushi basically looks like a Cheep Chomp, but at the size of a regular Cheep. What does save her rank from going any lower is that she's actually a grandma. I rank her design F natural. Personality. Sushi can come off as bossy and really plays into the grandma babysitter role during the events of Chapter 5. But she's also totally the kind of character who would watch soap operas, especially after she found Mario's story to save Princess Peach as romantic, which made her heart swell and convinced her to join the party. I rank her personality F sharp. Abilities. Unlike Watt, Sushi has some really great abilities. Water Block increases Mario's defense, which I find more useful than Watt's Turbocharge. Squirt and Tidal Wave are both incredible moves, easily taking care of fire enemies as well as being very powerful attacks. Belly Flop is the only attack that's, well, a flop. A mechanic I do love though are partners that act as mounts and help with exploring. Swimming around on Sushi outside of battle is fun, and I love diving to reach loot and secrets. I rank her abilities G natural. Here are my rankings for Sushi as a song. And now it's finally time we talk about Locky Lester. Design. I'm going to start off by saying a controversial opinion. I actually like Locky Lester, and he deserves more love. He does fall into the trope of just a Lakitu with sunglasses, but like, come on, adding sunglasses makes everything cooler. And an honorable mention to his Cloud. He's definitely seen more than he ever thought he would. I rank his design E natural. Personality. Locky Lester had an entire character arc within his introduction scene. He plays the cool guy who works for Huff and Puff, says his name is Spike, loses to Mario, but his girlfriend shows up to defend him. Locky Lester tells Mario he picks useless fights and asks what he is fighting for. Mario answers, sways him to change sides and fight alongside Mario instead. I love this entire interaction and don't think a lot of people appreciate how much we get from him here. To me, he feels like one of the more fleshed out characters of the group, but doesn't get a lot of screen time due to being introduced so late into the game, and I think that's why a lot of people don't often like him. I rank his personality A natural. Abilities. Locky Lester's greatest asset is that he's the other mount partner. Mario hitches a ride on the Cloud, and I love how fast you can move, and even traverse over lava and spikes. In battle, Cloud 9 is by far his best ability, surrounding Mario with a cloud that raises his evasion. Hurricane sucks due to not gaining experience, and his spiny attacks are fairly solid. I rank his abilities G natural. Here are my rankings for Locky Lester as a song. And there you have it, my musical tier list rankings of the 8 party members from Paper Mario 64. The melodies were all made on the spot, and I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I think my favorite song is a tie between Watt and Locky Lester. Which song was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see me rank more video game characters with musical tier lists, feel free to subscribe to the channel to catch more videos on this brand new series. But I also have another ongoing series where the route themes from Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are performed by its wild Pokemon cries. You can check out that series right here.